Welcome here at PropCoach, here at a new segment of the PropCoach Jargons and Terminologies. Everything you as an agent need to know from the first day that you start in this business. Today, discussing freehold and leasehold. Yes, you might have heard a lot about freehold and leasehold, but you must also know how to explain this to all of your potential clients, because they are, of course, looking into one of the most important transactions of their lifetime. That is a property. And many of the properties here all around the world, we talk about freehold and leasehold. So what is the main differences and what does that mean for the value and also for potential risks that there are? So again, very simple, freehold and leasehold. Freehold is basically where you just own the land as an individual. You own the piece of land and you have the full sole right to everything you want to do with that piece of land. So that makes it very simple. What is the other side? Of course, leasehold. You as an owner of a property are on a piece of land that is not owned by you. You're basically leasing that piece of land. And a piece of land can be anywhere between the 30, 60, up to 99 years. But going back to freehold, again, this brings a lot of advantages because you own the land, you have less restrictions with the land, and of course people see more value because the land is now yours. So what does make for leasehold? Of course, for leasehold, the value is a little bit lower. You have more restrictions on that piece of land. But on top of that, also the step in, or basically the value that you can step within, more affordable properties can be bought on that leasehold land. So there's a lot of advantages and also disadvantages from both sides. When you talk to your clients, most of them will prefer freehold. Why? Just a peace of mind that the land is owned by themselves. Of course, with the benefit of more capital appreciation and of course less restrictions there. On the leasehold side, although many buyers can step in at a more affordable rate, on the long term it can have its restrictions. What kind of restrictions do we talk about? Well, for example, when the lease years goes down, but so the term left that you can lease the land, of course it becomes harder to also find financing for this property. And most banks under 30 years of the remaining lease will not even consider financing a property when it comes to leasehold. So why is this important? Of course, especially when you start explaining properties to your clients, you need to help them understand the benefits and definitely also the disadvantages from both sides. A lot of people will prefer freehold, but it's also important to help your clients understand that leasehold is not an uncommon thing. Many people invest in leasehold. It's just that you have to be more aware about the remaining lease period of a piece of land and what kind of consequences that has for the banks and the financing. Of course, many times you can renew the leasing again on a piece of land, especially if it's owned by the state government. But on top of that, just that you know how to explain that to your clients properly. So where and when would you see the freehold and the leasehold? Well, you see it at the very beginning of already listing the property, knowing you need to know as an agent, are you selling a freehold or a leasehold property? Then throughout the transaction, you need to be able to market it properly throughout your marketing. And then once you have potential buyers coming in, you need to explain it in the correct way. And then of course at the end also when the transaction is there. So when you get to the title, you also need to know what kind of title are you actually transacting. And usually for landed properties and bungalows, it has to do with the master title that will be given to the new buyer. But if you're talking about condominiums, then usually it falls under the strata titles that we will be covering in other videos. So who is involved in this? Well, basically everybody is involved in this. Sellers, they need to know what they're selling. Buyers, they need to know what they're buying. And you as the agent need to be able to explain to both parties really what the difference is between the freehold and the leasehold. So again, dive a little bit deeper into what really is freehold and leasehold. Be fully confident in how to explain that to all of your clients, and then you're going to do fine here in the real estate. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you want to know another jargon or terminology here by PropCoach, please put it in the comment box and we'll be happy to explain it to you. And again, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and we will see you again next time. Bye-bye.